before we get into it, I see some new faces that weren't here last week. I just want to let you all know, coming up here in 2 Sundays, I hear an echo to mine. Okay. If you've seen this flyer on my social media, I'm doing a pop-up restaurant here. The whole space is going to be transformed. It'll be decorated and all that. And I'm doing a Nigerian pop-up restaurant. So during the pandemic, most of the Nigerian restaurants closed down. And y'all know I'm Nigerian, and I just want people to try Nigerian food and really like it. And I was cognizant of the spice level, so all the spice will be on the side. Okay? So I would appreciate if y'all could come out, support. It'll just be a full menu. You just come in. It's from 12 to 5. There's no reservations. You just come in and you order what you like, and that's it. Just have a great experience. I welcome all your feedback, and we'll see if it will turn into something else. And then 2 weeks later, if you're single or if you're booed up, we're doing a collaboration between me and Chef Dumar here for a vegan Valentine's dinner, 4-course meal. And again, it'll be all ritzy and stuff in here. I'm doing some handmade truffles. We have flowers and pictures for keepsakes. It's a whole experience and a whole ambiance. So please come out. The tickets are available on Eventbrite. If you go up to the counter there, there's a QR code you can scan, or if you go on my social media, there's the link you can click. If you have any questions, y'all can always hit me up. But I just wanted to make sure you're all aware of these 2 new events that are coming your way that we are trying to see, if y'all like it. All right, so with that, so for those of you all who were not in class last week, shame on you, okay? Okay, no, I'm just kidding. So I'm kind of going back to how I started it 3 years ago, when every month I kind of had a different theme topic because, they kind of didn't approve it. But now I'm just saying, I'm going to give the people what they want, what they need, and we'll figure all the other stuff out. So for the next 3 weeks, we are talking about pre-diabetes and diabetes. So last week we kind of went through some stuff, and y'all were a little bit rusty. So I thought we could just do it again, or refresh, and I'll add on. All right, so I'm going to need 4 volunteers. But before we get into that, let's try to recap, and even with our new folks here, can someone tell me what is diabetes? 'Cause I know half of y'all in here got it. What is it? What is it? What's diabetes? Say it louder. When your body doesn't process insulin correctly. Okay. Is she correct? Okay, is there any other reason? What about your pancreas? Doesn't. Hey, y'all, come on in. No, we literally just got started. I think some seats over here. Literally just got started. All right, I'm still hearing kind of crickets. So, pancreas, what's up with the pancreas concerning diabetes? Not processing? Okay, even though y'all hear from last week, I'm not really hearing from you all. So overall, diabetes is when your blood glucose is too high. That's the long and short of it. Your blood glucose is too high. That's diabetes. Does that make sense to you all? Do you all know what that means? Hey, Leslie, come on in. Pop a squat right here if you want, or right here. We're just getting started. Haven't missed too much. Okay. Oh. Okay, I don't have to yell. I can talk. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. All right. So if that is diabetes, then what is pre-diabetes? What is that mess?
Is diabetes regardless?
And why is that? Y'all are so smart. Why is that? Below 5 what? What are you talking about?
It has to be below, has to be in the 4s. So when you get to the 5s, you're diabetic.
Okay. So Leslie is referring to the handout I passed out last week, referring to your H1C. We're trying to figure this out, guys, so just be patient with us. Your A1C, which you always hear regarding diabetes. So they're like, oh, until you're 6.4 or higher, then you're diabetic. But if you're 5.8, you're pre-diabetic, so you don't have anything to worry about. Keep eating the junk you're eating, and you'll be fine. And then as soon as you hit 6.4, we'll give you all the meds for the rest of your life, right? Okay, so last week we talked about pre-diabetes, especially if you are a fully melanated person, is full-blown diabetes, and you should act accordingly, okay? If they tell you are pre-diabetic, you are diabetic, And you need to act and change your lifestyle so that you can get out of that zone. So from the handout we had last week, and for those who weren't here last week and you want the handout, just reach out to me after class, because I can't make all these copies every single week, and I can give this to you. I have a couple with me. But basically, you want to be 5 and below. Okay, 5 and below. And when we talked about last week, there's 4 types of tests that they do to determine if you're diabetic. Who recalls the test? What are the best tests? What's the test? I already gave you one of the answers, huh? Yes, okay, Q, you went all the, okay, yeah, that's one of them. That's one of them. What's the best one? What's the one that's preferred? Which blood? 3 of them are blood tests. That's okay, Ian. That's okay. You're doing great. The first one is the A1C test, right? So when they draw your blood, why is that one preferred? Mike, you on the money, right? Because that's averaging the last 3 months of your blood sugar, right? It's not a snapshot as in right now. It's going to say for the past 90 days, you can say you've been eating right, but your blood is not going to lie. It's going to say what you've actually been doing, right? Because your blood cells, those have to die because that glucose attaches to those red blood cells for those 90 days. And so if you keep on doing the same things you're doing, you're going to still have diabetes. So that's how they can tell over a span of time. That's why that is the preferred method. What's the second preferred method? He said inflammation? No, test.
Yeah.
What's the second test? That's it's the fasting glucose test. So that's the when they say, hey, after 8 p.m. at night, don't eat anything for at least 12 hours. Come in first thing in the morning, we draw your blood, and then they look to see today, where are you? It doesn't look back 3 months. It says where you are today. So those are the 2 preferred methods. Then there's that third method we talked about when you do the same thing I just said, but then they give you a glucose solution, like a 75 milliliter solution of glucose. You wait 2 hours, and then they test your blood to see if it's still too high. So do y'all recall that? Y'all look at me like this is brand new information. Yeah? Okay. All right, well, that's why we're doing a recap. Okay, so recap is like a starting over, but that's okay. That's okay. I still love y'all. All right, and so with that, we did a demonstration last week, and I had 4 beautiful volunteers. I would love to get 4 new beautiful volunteers to come up and help. Yeah, Heather, come on. Come on, Jackie. Come on, Margaret. That's so great. I'm so glad y'all volunteered. Yeah, come on, Angela. Oh, y'all are such great volunteers. Volunteered. Okay, Heather, you'll be the mouth.
Okay. I want to be the in person.
You want to be the cell. Okay. All right. You can be the blood.
Okay.
All right, I need one more. Come on, Diane. Diane will be the GI. So Heather, turn around, and then Diane, you're beside Heather, and then Angela, and then Jackie.
I know.
Okay. Can y'all fix that feedback? Okay. All right. So Heather, you're gonna keep doing this. So we're gonna fill your cup with, this is real poison right here, y'all. Okay, that they sell for cheap. All right, this is what I wasted $2 or $3 on at Target. This is pure white sugar, not a drop of minerals, not a drop of fiber, not a drop of anything, okay? This should be illegal like crack, okay? Because it's more addictive than crack, actually. So what we're gonna do, we're simulating people eating all freaking day long and eating unhealthy things, right? So I'm gonna pour in my mouth the Ho-Hos, the Krispy Kreme donuts, the bagels, the Little Debbies, the croissants, all those things. I'm just gonna pour that in my mouth, okay? So Heather's the mouth. So now Heather, you're gonna, from your mouth, goes down into your gastrointestinal tract, which is what Diane is. Okay, so now Diane, here, Angela, here. Now Angela, so Diane, now that she's swallowed and now it's down in her gastrointestinal tract, now it's gonna go into the bloodstream. So, but it doesn't go that fast. You don't just pour like you're just shoveling stuff down your throat. Your body's got to break it down, process it. So now she has to take a spoon and shovel all this in. Now, while this is happening, you're hungry again because it has no fiber. So you're going to put more crap in your mouth. All right. And while Angela is feverishly trying to get and absorb all this sugar in her bloodstream so it can go into your cells to give you energy. So for the sake of Angela, okay, now you're going to pour into the cell. No, spoon by spoon. The difference there is that she would switch to a fork, which I don't have up here with me, and it would take even longer. So what happens if you're, so now with her using a fork, trying to get all that sugar into the cell so that you have energy, and you've already eaten more crap. What's happening? It's getting backed up right here with Diane. All that sugar in your blood. That's what's happening. Okay? What? Oh my God. Hey, how you doing?
Love you. I'm good.
Love you too.
Good.
Wow. I didn't call you out. Okay. Can y'all give my beautiful attendees a great big hand? Y'all can trash that. We'll clean up afterwards. Okay, so from that, I'm about to cut this off. Oh.
You don't want it now, do you?
Okay, so from that playful demonstration, what does that tell you? Say that louder, Rashid. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head with that.
Your body is not breaking down sugar nearly as fast as you're eating it.
Y'all heard that? Your body is not breaking down sugar nearly as fast as you're consuming it. And what was the other reason why we talked about last week that it's hard for the sugar to get into the cell, other than you eating too much refined sugar all at once? What was the other big reason? Saturated fat intake. And what's the largest source of saturated fat intake in the United States? Chicken. That's a top source for the United States is chicken. Okay? So people always say, oh, eat chicken, eat fish. No, those are the top sources. If you're going to eat a dead animal, eat a cow, eat a lamb. Okay? But if not, go ahead, Diane.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I was reading about chicken and why it's so full of saturated fat. One of the reasons was because they eat a diet of corn. So are there chickens that don't eat corn?
Okay, so for those who didn't hear what she said she was reading an article about why chickens are so high in saturated fat, and it's because their diet is predominantly consists of corn and other GMO products and antibiotics and crap that they give these poor caged animals. 95% of the animals sold in the United States for us to eat are CAFO meat, confined animal feeding operations meat. 5% are the ones that have where you actually see the commercials where they have happy chickens running out on the pasture and all that, but it's a very small operation. You have to know your local farmer and butcher and slaughterhouse that does that. That's 5% in the country. 95% of all animals, the dead animals that you all are eating in the grocery store, are CAFO meat, confined animal feeding operations. And that's why they can mark it down for $2 for a pound and all the other stuff, all the crap in it. Okay, it's not good for you. It's just not good for you. Okay, so that's the reason why. So when you eat a lot of meat in particular, your saturated fat intake goes up, and then it's coating the cells. So when the sugar is trying to get in, it can't because it's just too much fat around it. So if you reduce or eliminate your primary sources of saturated fat intake, because you need saturated fat for hormone production. So it's not like you shouldn't have saturated fat. You do need some. So if you were like fully vegan, you would take like a tablespoon of coconut oil a day. You need to have saturated fat so you can have cholesterol, and from cholesterol, all your hormones are produced. So you can have proper estrogen, testosterone, progesterone levels, all the things that you need. So I'm not saying no saturated fat. Be mindful of your saturated fat. But most people in this country eat so much cheese, so much meat, so much eggs, so So your saturated fat intake's so high, and then you eat tons and tons of refined sugar. So the pizzas and the bagels and the, what you say, Angela, the Little Debbie's, and all those things. So when you put those in combination, this is why we've had a total epidemic of diabetes and what they also call pre-diabetes. That's why 84 million people in the United States are pre-diabetic and don't even know it. They don't even know it, okay? So I hope I hit that recap hard enough, right? It was basically like a, any questions on that before we add on for today's part of the lesson? So we get to the cooking? Okay, so what are some of the risk factors for pre-diabetes or for diabetes in general? Yeah, I ain't got to go. Risk factors? Yes.
I was just going to say, if you're pregnant, you're going to transfer it over to your child.
100%. Now, for those who didn't hear, Margaret said if you're pregnant, you'll transfer that to the child, and that is 9 times out of 10 very likely to happen. Yes. What are other risk factors for getting diabetes? Genetics is a factor. Yes. What's another factor? Huh? Inactivity is a big factor. Yep. Obesity, big factor. That's a side effect. Yep, that's a side effect once you already have it. Race, Hispanic, Black, more likely because of the diet. Yes, yes.
Fear. We're going to get to the spiritual part of it.
Well, that's a whole class by itself.
Because the kidneys hold on to fear.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah, we can go there. I like that. Okay. Over the age of 45, what population, I tell you last week, has the highest cases of diabetes in the country? What age group? Y'all forgot in just 7 days? Wow.
So I was here, my grandson just had, I want to say about 18 or 19.
The largest demographic in the United States that has diabetes is 65 and older. 65 and older. It's the largest group. Okay? So if you're over 45, you should be mindful and be watching what you eat. Okay? You should watch what you eat at any age, but particularly if you're over 45. If you have high blood pressure, you're also another candidate for getting diabetes as well. Anything else? Thyroid is a side effect. But if you don't sleep well, if you don't get enough REM cycle, sleep and deep sleep, that's another indicator that you can be getting that you're pre-diabetic. Yep, I think Mike already said that. If you have a large waist, so if your waist is wider than your bust, or if your waist is large, that's another indicator. And if you have PCOS, what I used to have, polycystic ovarian syndrome, you're very likely to become diabetic because most people have, because PCOS is diabetes of the ovaries, just like dementia and Alzheimer's is diabetes of the brain. Okay, so PCOS is pre-diabetes, as they want to call it. All right, so those are the risk factors. Any questions about that? Okay. Yes, it's so sugar and saturated fat. So the smallest capillaries in the body are in the brain and in the penis. So the precursors, if you have erectile dysfunction issues, it's a precursor to heart issues. If you start having memory issues, a precursor to having dementia, Alzheimer's. So you want to make sure your saturated fat intake is low, and you want to make sure that you are mindful of your sugar intake because it's considered type 3 diabetes. Yep, that's what it's considered. Yep. Is that what it is? Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Okay, so I heard some of y'all list symptoms instead of risk factors. So we heard neuropathy is a symptom. I heard tired was a symptom. Any other symptoms of diabetes or prediabetes? Poor sleep quality, yes. Unexplained weight loss is one. Depression is definitely a big one. Depression is a monster. Numbness or tingling in the hands and feet. Yeah. Increased thirst and increased urination. Yes. Sexual problems. So like I just said, the erectile dysfunction is a big issue that can start to happen when you're transitioning from prediabetes, as they want to call it, to diabetes. That's another big issue. Anything else? It does. And you can get hyperpigmentation as well. If you're a melanated person, you start getting dark spots on your body. Yes. Slow to heal. Yeah, especially if you're not an active person, if you have a sedentary lifestyle. That is absolutely correct. Okay, so now we talked about risk factors. We talked about the symptoms. What are some things you can do to turn that around? Naturally, not going besides, ooh, I can stop walking over here. Sorry, guys. What are some things you can do? Yes, you should come to the class. That's a great idea. Bonus points over there. That soup was kind of banging. I have to. It was kind of good. Yeah. Yes. So you want to make sure you're mindful of what you're eating. Again, like I'm not here to push anybody to be vegan. Okay. I don't even like that word. I hate the word. It just says what I'm not eating. I can just eat Twizzlers and Oreo cookies all day and be vegan. Okay. That does not make me healthy at all. But we want to eat as close to whole foods as possible, whole food, plant-based as possible. If you consume some dead animals, that is your choice, but make sure it's the best dead animal you can get. Make sure they were raised properly, that they had some type of life, that they ate real food for their species, okay, before they were slaughtered for your consumption. All right, so just do the best you can. Make sure it's as organic as possible. Yep.
Okay, so if you're eating meat, chicken, and fish,
Yep.
if that's what you do,
Yep.
then why are people pushing the Mediterranean diet so much?
The Mediterranean diet is high in fish. It's not a lot of meat. It's still very high in whole foods. They just the proportion of meat is 4 ounces or less. So it's almost garnish. It's not a staple like a big hunk of steak on your plate like we do here in the United States. That's why they push it. And then it has good whole fats and good whole carbs, long burning carbs. So that's why they push the Mediterranean diet so you can still consume that.
Is it a good diet? I mean,
It's
even though they're pushing, I mean,
yes. I mean, I can't say it's not. I choose not to kill animals. But if you choose to, yes, I would say Mediterranean. Yeah, absolutely. Like because it's still very whole foods, plant based, and that's the goal. Make sure it's organic and make sure it's close to nature as possible. Unadulterated food. That's what it's about. Any other questions or comments? Okay. So we talk about being more healthy. So that being more healthy, we want to make sure we're looking at our caloric intake, so we're not just eating a whole pizza by ourselves, right? Stuff like that, right? Okay. We want to make sure we have more fiber in our diet, so we can actually eliminate the waste that we need to eliminate. Who recalls last week how often you should be eliminating? After every major meal. Right. So if you choose to eat 3 major meals a day, which is breakfast, lunch, and dinner, then you should be eliminating 3 times a day. If not, it is putrefying in your stomach. And that's why when you go to use the bathroom, it smells horrible. That's why, because it's become putrefied. It should come out. So wherever you eat, 14 to 18 hours later should be coming out. If you want to test your bowel transit time, you can eat a kernel of corn because our bodies can't digest it. And then the day you eat it and swallow it, see how many hours it takes for it to come out. So if it takes longer than 18 hours, you got some work to do. There's some stuff backed up in there, and you need to clean house, okay? You definitely need to clean house. All right, so we want to eat foods that are really high in fiber and water. So that would be fruits, vegetables, all the good healthy things. We want to eat things that are lower in calories. So as you eat whole foods, they are automatically lower in calories. Processed foods are really high in calories. Be conscious of oil because oil is very calorically dense, like we talked about before. 1 tablespoon of oil is 120 calories, and people just start loading their plates with oil. Just be mindful of the oil that you use. You want to eat foods that are really rich in antioxidants, which is what the handout is for today. Who has the handout? They have one on the table. Yep. Okay, so we've talked about this before, eating the rainbow. We want to eat the rainbow because every color has, those are the plant chemicals, and they do something for the body. Everyone has one? Let's see. Hey, Ramona, could you loudly read the top part of that handout?
Okay.
Hey.
Rainbow of nutrition.
Yes, ma'am.
Phytochemicals and antioxidants.
Perfect. So I know in our previous sessions, I know it's been a while, we talked about free radicals, what they are, what are antioxidants, right? Oh, you recall, Yvonne? Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my version of free radical.
Okay.
I'm proud to understand them.
That's right, you tell us.
Free radical, your body's a glass. And the radical is, if I'm not right, stand corrected, is the wall that hits your body and cracks your, oh God, come on, Yvonne, you're right. That part, it cracks it. So the radical is the wall, your body's glass. So free radical hits that and cracks it, your antioxidants, your all that stuff and everything, because free radical will damage it. Because it's you glass.
You pretty much there. Thank you. So yes, we viewed our body as a glass house, and someone shooting ping pong balls at it. Those ping pong balls that fracture the house are those free radicals. Free radicals don't sound that bad on their own, but it's oxidizing. When you see something that's oxidized, it's rusted, right? That's what's happening to your cells. It's not getting the oxygen, the nutrients it needs. That's happening on the inside, so it makes you age faster, makes you tired. Your mitochondria that we talked about aren't getting the nutrients they need. And you can only get these things from plant foods. So making sure you're eating the rainbow so you can get these antioxidants and repel the free radicals is essential. So your plate should be colorful, but most Americans' plates are brown because everything is deep fried and coated, and just there's no green, there's no life. Okay? Have something living on your plate. Not like sushi or something like that, but like living, okay? Okay. All right, I think we're good. The only other thing is to lose weight, because obesity, we say, is one of the big risk factors for having diabetes. So consciously trimming down and by incorporating more plant foods, it will naturally do that. You don't even have to try. It will just, you'll naturally slim out. Like I told you all, I lost 100 pounds, almost 100 pounds. I wasn't even trying. I was like, I'm cute, but I'm fat and I'm tired and I'm sick and I'm tired of feeling like crap. So I don't care about being fat. I just want to feel good. And then I just kind of slimmed it down. Yep.
And what about time to eat? Like before you go into bed?
Eating at night, especially if you're diabetic, is like one of the worst things you can do. You should be eating when the sun is up. You should, at the latest, do not eat after 7 p.m. Just shut it down. If you're hungry, it's because it's a habit for you, because your enzymes and your pancreas have already started, because they're like, oh, I know he's about to eat. Let me go ahead and get fired up, right? You're not actually hungry. Drink some water. Or if it's really bad for you, then eat an orange or an apple or something like that, or some berries. But you should not be eating at night. You just should not be eating at night. Now, if you work the opposite schedule, that's difficult, but in general, you should be eating when the sun is up. And your biggest meal should really be lunch, like when the sun is at its highest peak. Get up in the morning, hydrate, eat something cleansing and refreshing to the body before you start all the stuff that you're going to eat. Okay.
You said nighttime is difficult, but what would you suggest? How do you handle that?
At nighttime is difficult initially because it's been a habit for most people. Some people, like, they have to have a square of chocolate before they go to bed, or some nuts, right?
Up all night, and your day, you sleep. I mean, how do you?
You have to do the opposite. It's not ideal. It's not ideal because most people who work the opposite shift, they always have health problems and they don't sleep well. So it's something that should be thought of as temporary, not ongoing. Any other questions before we go ahead and get moving? I think that's all my notes for lesson 2 of diabetes. So hopefully y'all will be more cognizant next week of the conversation. Any other questions? Pre-diabetes or diabetes? We good? We understand the demonstration and all that? Okay. All right, so now with our world cuisine class, we focus on Southeast Asia, West Africa, and the Caribbean. But last week we started off in Italy just because, we can make pit stops in other places, right? Yeah. So today we're going to Southeast Asia. We're going to India. And anytime the cuisine is not West African, where I can say definitively, I know that this is authentic, I say inspired by to give respect, okay? Because I'm clearly not Indian. So today we're going to make one of my personal favorite Indian dishes that's actually technically not Indian at all. It's actually British, but it's chicken tikka masala. Yes, that's what we're going to make today. And I'm going to make this version today with love because this is something I would make on a weekend for my husband, right? Where I would take a little bit more time versus a weeknight. So making this recipe, if you want to make it on a weeknight, I would tell you the things you can do to make it weeknight friendly if you so choose to do that, okay? So for those who are new, if you want to follow along with me with the recipe, if you go to my website, thenaijagoddess.com, click on recipes, it should be the first one there. You'll see chicken tikka masala. And if at least one of y'all could do that so y'all can keep me honest on what I'm doing. And we'll get started. Look, we're on time today. Look, my 40-minute lecture was actually 40 minutes. Are you all cold? Okay, we're going to turn on the blast heater for a second just to knock the chill out. And hopefully y'all can still hear me. Okay. It's going to be a little bit loud, but you'll feel warm in a second. Are you cold? Okay, can you all still hear me? A little bit? Okay, Rashida, can you turn me up a hair? They said they can't really hear me, or Damon. Okay, is that okay? Can you all hear me? All right, has everyone turned to the recipe? Chicken tikka masala. All right, so there's several components to this. The first thing we're going to do is get our rice going, because this is typically either served with basmati rice or served with like a garlic naan or both. But we're not going to do double carbs like that. So I'm choosing brown basmati rice instead of white basmati rice. Can anybody guess why? Yes, nutrients, huh? Fiber, yes. And what? Okay, so as you all know, in our class, we won't have any white sugar, we won't have any white flour, we won't have any white rice, okay? Because especially when you're talking about diabetes, they've removed the germ and the bran. I mean, the only thing left is the germ. Can y'all hear me? Okay, all right. We'll keep it on for like one more minute and turn it off. It's loud. So when you eat like a white rice, it will spike your blood sugar. So if you're already diabetic, that's not something you want to do. We don't want those jagged spikes. Now, anytime you eat anything, your blood sugar is going to increase. That's what it's supposed to do. But it's not supposed to spike up. It's not what's supposed to do that. And after 2 to 4 hours, it should gradually come down. It shouldn't still be elevated. Okay? So those are all the signs of prediabetes and diabetes. Do we not have to chill out, or y'all still cold? Is that better? Keep it going? Okay. No? Huh? Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I've already washed our brown basmati rice. It's in our Instant Pot. Now you can do this in a rice cooker, or you can do it on the stovetop, but just for convenience sake, you can just kind of set it and forget it. So basmati rice, anybody know what basmati means? It's a Sanskrit word. It means fragrant. Okay, that's all it means. Fragrant rice. Basmati is fragrant. That's what it means. So to spice it up, because, you know, in Indian food, they like to use a lot of spices. It's really good. And I have it listed on our recipe, so if you're following along. I've already put these together, so you won't have to see me scoop out so much stuff today. So instead of the 2 cups, because we have so many people, I'll have 4 cups of brown basmati rice in here, and 2 teaspoons of salt, some cumin seeds, turmeric, cardamom pods, 5 cardamom pods, 3 cloves, and a bay leaf. So that's what I have in here. So I'm going to pour this here in the rice. Oh, okay. Pour this here in the rice. Nope. I'm about to cook it right now. And we're going to do a 1-to-1 of water. So I'll put a little extra for good measure, because it's out there. Okay. So we're going to put it on high pressure for 18 minutes, and we'll have some extra fragrant rice. Big difference. Yep. Pressure cooker, it uses pressure to pressurize. It's this is a pressure cooker. Instant Pot is the name brand, I suppose. Yeah, but people kind of just call them Instant Pots now instead of. It's a pressure cooker. Yes. Okay, so we have our brown rice going in our Instant Pot. It is preheating. Make sure. Okay. All right, so our next thing, what we're going to do while we're waiting for that, let me put these gloves on. Our chicken substitute today will be soy curls. Now, I know some people are allergic to soy, or some people are just choose to be soy free, and all that is totally fine because you can use whatever you like. You could use oyster mushrooms, you could use chickpeas, you can use other forms of tofu. So I'm going to pass these around so you all can see the options. So a lot of vegan versions of chicken tikka masala will use an extra firm tofu. This is actually a super firm tofu. You don't have to press this. When I pass this around, you can see it. Of course, it's organic. If you're averse to soy, there's pumpkin seed tofu called pumfu. Okay, it's also organic. You can make all these yourself as well. And this one's harder to find. You have to go to like some of the bougie places to get it, right? Like I like to shop. But this is everywhere. You can get this at Target, Food Lion, wherever there's a grocery store, they'll have this. Walmart has this. And then this one, this is made with fava beans, like they use in falafel. Falafel uses fava beans. So that bean is used to make this soy-free tofu. And they have this at Publix and Sprouts. That's where I see it most often. So I'll just take this around, and you all can give this a gander. Okay. Huh? Me? What's going on? Okay. So, we know what basmati means. We know what masala means. What does masala mean? It does mean delicious. But masala means spice blend. Spices. That's all it means, spice blend. Okay, so if we know it means spice blend, so that means if we're making a chicken tikka masala, that means we're going to have some type of spice blend, right? And it's Indian food and it always has spices. So that's why you see masala with Indian food a lot, because of the spice blend. So then what does tikka mean? What do we think tikka means? Tastes good? It does taste good. Y'all funny. It means marinated meat on a skewer, and that's how it's cooked. So to kind of combat like not using actual chicken, you would chunk off the tofu, for example, and marinate it in with yogurt sauce and put it on a skewer, and then you can grill it or bake it or however you want to actually cook it to mimic them doing it with chicken. They would just put it on a skewer, and the chicken is marinated in a yogurt sauce. It helps to tenderize it. It adds the flavor, and so if you're doing this on a weeknight, you don't have to marinate it. You can just cook it in the sauce, but if you want that depth of flavor, that goodness, you will go ahead and marinate it. And I've already have some over here, but I'm going to show you all how to do it anyway, because we hadn't used soy curls in quite some time. Yeah. As long as you're on the transitional road, Yvonne, that's what matters. Okay, so this is what they look like. Okay, so I just pour some in this quart-sized bag because I have a huge box because I cater and meal prep and stuff. So they come in like 10-ounce bags that you can purchase. The vegan grocery store, the Greener Apple, always has them. The vegan restaurant Bean, Vegan Cuisine on Independence, they have a little marketplace. I've never been there that didn't have them. So those are two places I can go and get them. Butler soy curls. And I like these because it's one ingredient. It's the whole soybean. It's the whole soybean. Just like when you have tofu, it's the curves and whey like a cheese. That's what that is from the soybeans. So it's not a lot of fuss to this. It's not like a Beyond Meat that has like all the processed stuff. This is very minimally processed, okay? But again, if you are soy averse or don't want to do soy, then you don't have to use soy curls. You can use what I just passed around or any other option that suits your fancy. All right, so all we're going to do is just take the soy curls and just hydrate them for like 5 minutes. And it does start to look like chicken. It's kind of crazy. It's a little bit freaky, actually. All right. So, y'all funny. Okay, so while these kind of hydrate, we're gonna get together our marinade for it. Let me take these off for a second. All right, who's following along with the recipe? Okay. So when you use your dairy-free yogurt, right, you make sure it's not sweetened. Always organic. It's not made with cow's milk or goat's milk. Yeah, like this is a mix of coconut and almond yogurt that's not sweetened. Or you can make your own, which tastes way better. You can get the consistency you like, and this, you can make sure all the probiotics and everything are in there. Okay, so like I said, this is a yogurt cream sauce that the meat, quote unquote, tends to marinate in. So we have our yogurt, our dairy-free yogurt. What else do we have? Okay, so y'all know I like to kind of meal prep, so I have our garlic here. Uh-oh, let's open. You can't have too much garlic, right? Okay. That's a different show. All right, and we have some ground ginger. Ginger and garlic, very classic combination, especially in Southeast Asian cuisine. And using real ginger and not ground ginger in this case, it makes all the difference in the world. Already smells amazing. Okay, what's next? All right, the juice of 1 lemon. All right. So I don't know if y'all know you just catch the seeds with your hands. Nature's sieve, or whatever you want to call it. Absolutely. I have lemons and limes up here. You use them interchangeably. It's adding the tang to it. And again, if this was actual meat, this would be tenderizing the meat. Okay? All right.
I did my chicken masala totally different. I ruined the first batch.
That's okay.
You gonna eat it.
Poor Ian. poor Ian. He's down with you, though. He's down with you. Yvonne, you crazy. I love it. Okay, what else do we need? Okay. That's a lot, right? That's for a whole recipe. Facts. All right, and what spices do we need? Uh-huh. So we just put in cumin. We're putting in coriander. Who knows what coriander is? The seeds of cilantro. That's correct. There we go. Y'all were. That's good. Okay, and some garam masala, right? Okay. That's coming up next. All right. So I'm just gonna mix this. And our soy curls are looking pretty hydrated over there. All right. I don't know if y'all can see this on the monitor. Y'all can? Okay. All right. So here's our cream sauce. This is our marinade for the chicken, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So I need another bowl, actually. Here's Here's my improvisation. All right, so we have our colander, and all I'm going to do is just pour this out. And the next important step is to make sure you squeeze out any excess water.
Make sure you do that.
I need you to drain this. Okay. All right. Okay. So now we have our hydrated soy curls. See, they didn't take that long, right? Okay, so I'm going to take our yogurt sauce, put it over the soy curls, and these are going to chill. So at least 30 minutes or 20 minutes, but you can do it up to overnight. And if this was actual chicken, I would say do it overnight. It really penetrates. And if it's a weeknight meal, then you can skip this step altogether, the marinating part, and you can just cook it in the sauce that we're about to put together. Y'all are funny. Look, Rashid, we gotta cut all this out. Okay, so now that is looking good to me, actually. And Chef Dumar might let me use this oven, and we can actually cook this one up. So I'm gonna put this to the side here. So that's gonna be marinating, doing its thing. Okay, so we're good. Anything else? What's the next step? We're gonna start with our. So this is this part that you could skip if you were doing this on a weeknight. You can just sub everything for ground spices. But that's not fun, right? That's not fun. Where's my little... So, what we're going to do... Yeah.
You smell like the Indian place when you walk into their restaurants. You smell that spice.
Yes. So that's all we're going to do. So I'm just going to put it inside the spice blend. Break this a little bit big. I mean, this wasn't even 10 minutes. But the flavor is now. If you pull out a Tikka Masala spice blend out your cabinet and sit there for 2 years, and
What's the shelf life on those stuff like that? About 6 months? Is that something?
what for a spice blend?
Right.
They'll say 6 months. I just say smell it,
Okay.
and I also say we're gonna bloom our spices as well. There we go. I can still smell it. Yeah, our spice blend. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna set this to the side. Huh? Yeah, that's the next thing we're gonna do. That's the next thing we're gonna do. Okay, so y'all keep me honest. I just kind of moved on. All right, so next we're gonna do the actual masala. Yep.
Well, what happened to the red chili and the turmeric and the paprika?
It's coming.
She's trying to keep you honest.
Just keep me honest. I'm grateful. You're on the money.
We won't let you mess up.
Yeah, I appreciate that's. I appreciate y'all so much.
So if I miss it, guess who else?
Okay. So this thing's gonna heat up pretty quickly. Let that heat and do its thing. You can taste it already. All right, I'm turn it down a little bit since it was. Okay, yeah, better. All right, so for what she was just talking about, you funny. So now here are some more whole things, and we're going to start blooming. So you all know how to use oil, with intention. So the reason why it's gone now. The reason why we bloom, to bloom something means it has to be done in a fat, because the volatile oils in the spices are fat soluble. Do y'all remember about fat soluble and water soluble? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, so to extract, so that's why certain things, like when you have a tincture or an alcohol, it has to be extracted to get all the medicinal properties out in a certain type of menstruum, is what it's called. So alcohol will pull certain things out that water can't. Fat will pull out certain things that water can't. So that's why we're going to take some oil and we're going to just lightly toast and those volatile oils when they come in, you're going to smell it. Okay? And that's called blooming. So you can't do it with water, so I'm saying it's the point, or broth, like I like to typically do things. Yeah, so here, which camera is looking? Is this camera? So we have our chilies, our cumin seeds, what else does it say?
Paprika.
I think y'all went ahead. Okay, I'm on the masala now.
You're on masala now. Oh, okay.
Yes. Right, it's just the red chili and the cumin seeds. Yeah, y'all going ahead. Look, y'all supposed to keep me honest. Keeping me confused. Not this time. It's the flavor. All right. All right. So now I put this in here just to let this bloom.
And that's the cumin?
This I'm gonna use olive oil because my other bottles are too big to transport. But I would use grapeseed oil. This is cumin seeds and whole red chilies. That will be discarded at the end because I know we have a lot of baby mouths here, okay? All right, so that's fragrant enough. So now we're gonna add in our onion.
So when you say blooming, you're literally just putting the oil and the spice to give it a chance to get marinated.
Correct. That's correct. So you can use whatever onion you like. I like to use red onion for pretty much everything. And then you see on your sheet, it has a lot of antioxidants in there. All right, so we're going to just let these sweat and let these onions get a little bit of color. What's our next step while this is happening? Can y'all smell it yet? Okay. So y'all starting, this is that time when y'all start to get sleepy on me. Let me hurry up. Get y'all a snack. Y'all need a snack. Okay, I'm coming. I promise I'm coming. Okay, all right. We start off by saying this is an intermediate recipe for when you have time for yourself or a loved one. But along the way, I'm telling you how to make it a weeknight recipe. So you would skip this making your own spice, and you can use already pre-ground spices, right? You wouldn't have to marinate the soy curls. You can just put it straight in the thing. I've been saying this all the way. But because I love you all, and you all mean so much to me, I'm gonna go the extra mile for you.
Thank you, darling.
Yes, that's why we're doing this, okay? Okay, let's see. All right, so they have Indian green chilies, but I knew it would be too hot for you all. Okay, so instead, I have the lowly serrano pepper, which is just has a touch of kick of heat to me. And if this is still too hot for you, you can use a jalapeno. Even though it changed the flavor profile, you can use a jalapeno, okay? And instead of using all three, I was so gracious and only did one small one for you all, okay?
I want some on the side.
We can put some on the side. Yeah, don't have me taking this home.
What's the difference between a red chili and a serrano chili?
Which red chili?
I don't know, I have a recipe that just says red chili. That's all it says.
Okay, that one's hard for me to answer. I don't know what species. I don't know if it's a sweet chili, if it's hot, you know. But certain ones like certain chilies might be the same chili as the red one just be fully mature, just like with bell peppers. Like the green bell pepper is the completely unripe version of the red bell pepper. They're all the same. So it depends on which red chili. That's why I can't really answer. That's very generic. Very generic. Yeah. The chili? The one. It was smaller than this one. That's why I brought these for you all to see. Lord have mercy.
You know we're special.
Yes. Yes.
But Eddie, could you explain why spice is very good for the digestion inside your body?
I think you recall, Yvonne. Why don't you inform the class?
Knowledge is power. Yeah, knowledge is power. And like she was saying, the spice, I know a lot of people don't like it, but it helps with all the bad nutrients inside of us to fight off that bad germs that, you know, the cold, you know, your throat is hurting. We can fight that, to help that with the spice. Anything you have a cold, it doesn't like nice things. They don't like spice. So the germs come out of you.
Huh? She's not. She's not, I promise. I haven't put anything else in. You're absolutely right. So as an herbalist, whenever you're making a blend, you have to have one of the components of any herbal formulation is to have a catalyst. And so pepper or cayenne, something like that, is usually the catalyst that helps to drive it into the cell. And that's why if you want a complete formulation, it has to have something that has the action to it to get it moving. So that's why you want to make sure you always can tolerate some type of spice. So it really helps that. It also helps with blood thinning, keeping things moving, circulating. It has so many benefits to it. Like the number one tincture you should have is a cayenne pepper tincture. If you're having a heart attack, it can stop a heart attack. If you're bleeding open, it can help stop the blood from bleeding. It can close up the wounds. Like that's like the cayenne pepper or any kind of pepper has so much beneficial effects. It should be in everyone's first aid kit. So, yeah, that's why you should incorporate spice. Add some spice to your life.
So that's why your CMOS has time with kids do it also?
On purpose.
Yes, I tell myself that every time.
On purpose.
On purpose.
That last batch you made was good.
Oh, well, thank you. I did a slightly different formulation. All right, so now I'm going to add in some fresh ginger. This is organic ginger. I do not peel my ginger. All right. I can't remember how much it said how much ginger to say because I just put in what I felt. Okay, so I wasn't far off. All right, and how many cloves of garlic? Not that I care, but 4. Just put it all in there. I need some for home. That's right, my baby, my sweet baby. All right, so I'm going to add these in layers. So most Indian cooking, they add the spices in layers. You don't just dump it all and go, but you can. If it's a weeknight thing, you want to just keep going, you can do that. You can totally do that. All right.
So when you say layers, you mean that you let it cook for a little bit, and then you go back and add another one, then you let it cook, and then you add another one.
Thank you for that clarification, Rashida. Yes, that's exactly what that means. Because certain things come through. It adds depth of flavor when you do it like that. Can y'all smell this, or is it just me? Oh, okay. Is it coming through? Okay. So now I'm going to add my ground spices.
Wait, is there an order to the layers, or you just whatever feels good to you?
You can follow whatever recipe you're following, and they'll suggest it, or you can let the ancestors guide you. Okay. Tap in. Just tap in. Okay. Ooh, this is smelling really, really good. So that spice one, what spices did I just add in? What did I just add in? The ground spices I added in. Nope. No, I didn't hear you, Q. Garam masala, yes. Turmeric, and I also added in the Kashmiri red chili powder. So if you don't have it and you say, you know what, I'm not going to any ethnic grocery stores, I'm going to Publix. Okay? You can just use red pepper flake instead. But I brought this so you can see what it looks like. It's a beautiful bright sienna color. This is the red chili pepper Kashmiri, so it has a different flavor to it. So if you want that depth of flavor, like I said, if you're doing something special for yourself or for your significant other, go buy the spices, right? Right. But if you don't, you can sell red pepper flake, or if you have baby mouth, you can omit it altogether. Okay. All right. I can pass this around if you want to see. This is part of the spice blend, so you can choose to add it or not. These chilies are going to come out. It's just adding depth of flavor. It's not adding spice. Yep. Okay. Come again?
Is there one thing I could buy that will encompass all of this?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Put an onion in the garlic. I get that part, but
All the stuff that I'm saying that you're taking the extra step, you can skip all that and buy a pre-ground spice blend. I've been mentioning it the whole time. So this is 1 pound of finely diced tomatoes. Okay. Now I dice these. You can, I guess technically you can use canned, but I'm gonna pass around. These are the tomatoes I actually use. Organic, because tomatoes are on the dirty dozen list. They're heavily sprayed with crap that I don't want to feed you all or myself. Okay, so I dice these up. And pro tip, if you're slicing and dicing onions, make sure you use a serrated knife. It keeps it from just splatting out all over the place, okay? Use a serrated knife. All right, so very easy to find organic tomatoes. Not you, Yvonne.
They keep saying tomatoes cause a lot of pain. We're going to have a lot of arthritis and stuff like that you're not supposed to use yet because of something the redness of the tomatoes cause. Yes, thank you. Yes.
So tomatoes are in the nightshade family. Some people have aversions to fruits that are in the nightshade family. It's usually a deeper cause. It's typically leaky gut. That's typically the root cause of that. Mixed with eating poorly and taking a lot of pharmaceutical drugs. That's typically why that's happening. But if the person is going to still do that, you want to eliminate all nightshades. So that'd be eggplant, it would be tomatoes, all the things in the nightshade family. You would just eliminate those if you have an aversion to it or an intolerance to it. I don't know if y'all can see, this is coming together. It's looking good, smelling good. So I added in the tomatoes. Where am I? All right, and I'm adding in tomato paste. It's about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. All right. So when you're using fresh herbs, some are woody and some are not. So we've talked about cilantro and the powerhouse herb that it is. Who can recall one of its main beneficial things? Cilantro. Y'all forgot that quickly? It's the food is coming. But one of the things why you want to consume cilantro is because it removes 97% of the heavy metals in your body. Cilantro does that. Not from eating a little flour, okay, a little leaf. You got to actually consume it. So you can drink cilantro juice. You can make sure you're using a lot of it in your cooking. And it's a detoxifier. It's a natural breath freshener. But the main thing I like for you all to remember, when you see all these food items, make sure you can connect something to it. It is a heavy metal detoxifier, cilantro, okay? So the stems have even more flavor than the leaves. And so since the stems are a little bit more fibrous, We're gonna add those in earlier, and then we're gonna garnish at the end with the cilantro leaves. Okay. All right. Yes, ma'am. Parsley is great. It has a similar effect, but it's not as powerful in terms of heavy metal removal as cilantro. Yeah. All the herbs, cooking with even if you use all the pre-boxed stuff, if you just add fresh herbs to your final dish, it's going to elevate it 100%. Yep. I can't hear you. Yeah. Okay. I'll fold that in. Yeah, I'll fold that in. Come on. Turn it off. Yeah.
Yvonne asked if there are female and male cilantro.
A Spanish and my girlfriend told me they had male one and the female. I'm like, I thought they all was one family.
I'll have to talk to her because I don't know if you're talking about cilantro and culantro or if you're talking about cilantro and having a, I don't know about that unless you're talking about seeds. I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I think she's talking about because the bushier one is culantro. Is cilantro. But if you're talking about within the same cilantro family, I'm not aware. I'm not currently aware of that to speak on it. Yep. Okay. All right. I need y'all to tell me what else am I supposed to add?
I think that's the rice. I think that beacon is the rice.
Mm-hmm.
Black pepper.
Mm-hmm.
1 1/4 cup of water.
Mm-hmm.
14 ounces of coconut cream.
All right, so I'm going to add in this coconut. I'm going to use this coconut milk. I'm going to pass this around so you all can see, because you can get this at any grocery store. And wherever you are, like I say, talk to your grocery manager. They can have what you want there. This is not only organic, but it's got 2 ingredients. 2 ingredients. There's no funny business in here, okay? Coconut. This is coconut milk. This brand also does coconut cream. It's in a much smaller container. So I'm going to add this in. I got this particular can from Harris Teeter. They're the most consistent. It's done? Okay. No, leave it on. It's supposed to, well, okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. Okay. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to let this simmer for a second, and we're going to get to our dessert/drink for today.
Oh, yeah, I need a drink.
It's typically served, this is typically served with, when you go to an Indian restaurant, I always get my mango lassi. And so mango lassi is made with dairy yogurt. So we're going to make a dairy-free version. So it's not inflammatory to our bodies. But
I can find all these on your site.
yes, ma'am. They're there right now. That's what they're following along.
Following the recipe. I just wanted to
Mhm.
make sure.
Yep. It's all there. All right. So I'm going to just for some silkiness and some richness, I'm going to add in these 2 tablespoons of dairy-free organic butter.
You can use plant-based butter, right?
That's what this is. Yep. But it's organic. Let that just chill out. Dairy-free butter. It's at every grocery store. Same thing. Nope, I think you're good. All right, so now we're going to just let this kind of just chill for a second. And now we're going to talk about mango lassi. So mango lassi is a very famous drink with Indian cuisine. It's typically made with fresh, ripe mangoes and then a dairy yogurt, and you blend it together. And sometimes if the mangoes aren't sweet, they'll add some type of sweetener to it to kind of spruce it up. And if it's really authentic, then they'll add a little pinch of cardamom powder and some saffron threads, okay, for color and for a little bit of flavor, right? So that's what we're going to do today, all right? So I'm like quadrupling the recipe. So how do we know, like right now, are we in mango season? So when we're going to the grocery store, how do we know if the mango is ripe? So y'all said the right answer for different types of fruit. So for mango, for mango specifically, the ones that are in season right now, you have the honey mango, which is those little small yellow ones that are about this big, and they're kind of sour. Then you've got the keat, which are the larger ones, and then you have the Tommy mangoes. Those are the ones that are in season, that are off-season mangoes. So the keat mangoes are the ones, they will always be green. They'll never look ripe, okay? That's just that particular species of mango. It will always look green. Huh? All over. The ones that are still tropical.
Oh, okay.
Still tropical. The Tommy mangoes, the ones that look most like the ones you typically see during mango season, the one that has like the blush side and like a yellow side. So, and you'll still see some green coming through. When it's ripe, it'll have a red blush, but way more yellow. Okay, and that's how you know that one's ripe, and you can smell that one. With the keat ones, it still won't really smell. The honey mangoes is when it's kind of softened up. They're not super, they're called honey mango, but they're not that sweet, at least to me. Okay, so that's the mango thing. I forgot to bring the actual mango. I was going to show you how to do like a little mango turtle, but that'll be for another mango thing. All right, and so here I have this Siggy's plant-based coconut blend yogurt, dairy-free, okay? So that's what we're going to use. So normally we were just going to use like I think it says like a half cup in the recipe, but it's for all of you all. And I've diced all this mango, okay?
Thank you.
Where? Oh, which grocery store? It's everywhere. Yeah.
I've only found that at Harris Teeter. I did not find it at Publix, and you cannot find it at Target.
It was at Target last night. So it was at Target last night. It was at Publix last night because I went by there. And Earth Fare, Sprouts, Harris Teeter are the always on the always list.
Go to Teddy's for
You're
the
right.
small 49 cents.
You're right.
Not that side, but the yogurt side.
So when you hear, so the question she asks is this a Greek yogurt? When you hear Greek yogurt, it's referring to the thickness. Okay, it's not the loose kind of yogurt. It's a thick, creamy yogurt that kind of sits on the spoon. So yes, it is. But I mixed it with. That's why I say it's a blend, because I didn't have enough. I mixed it with almond yogurt, which is the kind of the runnier one. And the Siggy's coconut one is very thick. So when I'm about to pour, it's about to be pourable because I mixed it with almond yogurt. But it's a Greek style yogurt. But actually, they don't like to say that because Siggy's is Icelandic. So it's an Icelandic style yogurt. Okay?
Also, Leslie just said a very good distinction. The white bottle is not dairy free. Okay? So you might be seeing Siggy's, but it might not be the plant-based one. It has to be the brown bottle.
And it will say plant-based blend on there, okay?
Exactly.
All right, and so you can choose to use unsweetened or sweetened, but mango lassi tend to be a slightly sweet one because it's with really ripe mangoes. So we're going to use this. This is vanilla flavored yogurt. So we're going to use that. Huh? It does. This has 9 grams of sugar and 11 grams of protein. So this is why I consider this to be our dessert / drink, because, yeah, because this is vanilla. That's why I said you can choose to do plain or whatever you want, and then sweeten it with dates or with agave or maple syrup if you so choose. Okay. Then we've got all of our, you know what? 1 second. We've got our soy curls that need to have marinating in our gravy. Y'all get it. Y'all supposed to be keeping me honest up here.
It was gonna be tasty even if you didn't put that.
Okay. It's over here. All right. So these are already been skewered. They were marinating, and I already baked them. So now we're gonna let these swim in their sauce and just absorb all the extra flavor.
You baked it.
Mm-hmm. So remember, like I told you, tikka means it's supposed to be skewered and on like grilled. So this is my interpretation of that without all the oils and excess stuff. To bake it on high heat so you can get those grill marks on there, as you all can see. I didn't hear that. Okay. All right. We're working with something over here. I'm working with something. I gotta pour that water in too. I put extra meat on here today to make sure everybody can get a piece. All right, hold on.
You gonna put your lime juice?
That's at the end. You don't ever cook with citrus; it will get bitter.
Okay, that's the end thing.
Yep,
Oh, that's the topping.
it's gonna be part of the garnish to cut through the silkiness. Yep. And I haven't added any salt to this, so we'll salt at the end and see where we are. All right, y'all funny. Okay. All right, so that's happening. Now back to the mango. Can y'all see that? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to put all this mango that's chopped up with all its juices. So some of these mango were ripe. I bought them like 2 days ago, so they didn't fully ripen. So I'm going to add in some agave to make sure it's sweet enough, because this is a dessert / drink. These are mainly Tommy. Yeah, I didn't put any of the honey ones in there because they were just too sour. It was 1 keat, and the rest of these are Tommy mangoes. Yep, that's a good question. Any questions about this so far, guys?
Where the chicken going at?
What?
She was in the restroom. She just put it in when you walked away.
Oh, thanks.
Woo. Y'all are funny. I love y'all. I love you all. Okay. So everyone has their tasting cup so y'all can taste this, right? On your desk. Yep. Excuse me? So you have to follow the recipe. I'm making this for all you all, right? So in that recipe, it makes 2 servings. So I'm making far more than that. So yeah, you would not have a blender full like this.
Unless it has the alcohol in it.
Or that. So this is for all this I put in just over half a cup of agave. And that's really it. We're gonna put in a little pinch of cinnamon and saffron, and it will pass this around so y'all can wake back up. Now hopefully this is not gonna cut off. Come on. I'm about to turn on the blender while this is on. Okay, I'll turn it off temporarily. Let's see. Okay. All right, let's see. So we have these cardamom pods. So you can use ground cardamom, or you can just simply take out one of the pods and then split it open and then let the seeds come out. Which is what I'm about to do. You'll have more flavor that way. It's going, y'all. Get y'all served up in a second. Come again? All right, I think we're working with something here. Just taste. Always taste your food before you serve others. That's a pro tip. It's delicious. Okay. We're back on. Now, this should be served chilled. So do you all want me to chill this, or do you want to go ahead and try it? How did I suspect he might say that? Okay. Well, my husband will come around and serve you all. Let y'all wake up a little bit. The other thing that's good with this, especially with it having the dairy in it, if you're eating that's a little bit too spicy, this will help cool the palate. Okay? It'll cool the palate. Bring down that spice level. The other thing, if you go into Indian restaurants in particular, we talked about this before when we did other Indian dishes, this mukwas. You always see like in a little silver bowl or gold bowl on the table, or when you walk in on the counter and you're kind of like, what is that? This is what you eat afterwards. So if something is too hot, too spicy, chew on this, it will cool off your tongue. But the main reason for this on the table is that this helps with digestion. This helps with digestive enzymes. It breaks it down and it freshens your breath. So if you have something that had a lot of garlic in it or anything like that, it will help neutralize that. So you can make your own like we had done before, but since I was already in the Indian market, I just bought these because you can see how you can buy these. Now, mukwas, I'm going to pass these around, and then after we finish eating, if you all like to try some, we'll open these up and y'all can try it. You're going to try.
That needs to be a part of the feel better recipe. After you eat that burger with it.
That's true. We could do that. But it's going to make your digestion start running, so just.
That's a good thing too. Get that out of it.
Yep. Yes. Which is in that. Yep. Yep. All right. So while we're kind of passing around just to keep y'all's attention, which one's ripe?
The one on there, this hand over here. Yellow one.
Okay. You're saying this one's the ripe one? And the rest of y'all saying this is the ripe one? Yep. So this is the ripe one. Okay. So when it comes to limes in the United States, when they're turning yellow, that's when they're ripe. And that's when you can smell it, and it smells like a lime, and that's when it has some give. When it's the lime green color that we're accustomed to, it's still rock hard. It won't give you that much juice. Okay? And who calls the trick? Like if you have a citrus fruit that's not giving its life to you, right? It's very stingy with its juice. What's a way to seduce the juice out of the fruit? You roll it, yes, and then what do you do? What else do you do? Huh? Hot water does do it, yes. What else? What else does it? Huh? That's to further ripen it, but if you want to use it right now. You quarter it. Quarter it. Don't just cut it in half, quarter it, and you're going to get all the juice out of it, even if it's stingy. Yeah. Okay. So this is the ripe one. All right. So again, this lassi is supposed to be served cold, not room temperature, but it's just mango with yogurt and some cardamom. You can freeze it into those popsicles. You can. You can. Y'all coming back to life now. And we're right here at the end. So after you all get your lassi, we'll come around and serve the brown rice, and then the last we'll top it with the masala. Now I'm going to just open the lid just to give it a good stir. And I'm also going to add some fenugreek leaves. So when you add any kind of spices like this, some kind of leaves, as you're putting it in, you want to rub it between your fingers, and that stimulates the volatile oils to come out. So it's not just, especially if it's in your cabinet for a long time. Just, give it some love. You got to show things love, right?
Especially that kale.
Especially that kale. You got to massage that thing, or it's just not worth it. It's not. Y'all funny. Okay. Got me cutting up with you.
Oh my gosh.
If you want to replace your ice cream with that, that's great. Well, that's between you and your God. She's on daylight savings time. Okay, I got you. Y'all funny. Okay. All right, we're here at the end, so I'm going through and I'm going to take out those chilies and dispose of them. And pass them to Jackie for her compost bin. Enough for everyone to get 2 scoops. That's the bouquet garni that we did last week, and you do that with fresh herbs. Yep. I did not do that with the chilies, but you absolutely can. Let's see how many chilies I put in here. Okay. This is smelling really good. So, okay. Probably overcooked now. All right, there's the last one. Should be ready. No, not right now. All right. So our brown basmati rice is looking nice and golden from the addition of turmeric and the other spices. Is looking great. So we're going to come by and put a scoop of brown rice in your bowls, and then we will top it with the masala. If you can, refrain from eating it so you can eat it as a whole meal. If you're so inclined. If you know, do you. I'm only here to advise, not to tell. You can leave those in there. Just don't, you can go around them because it's one more little bay leaf in there. Where's that coconut milk? Okay, and get that. I'm gonna add that in. And then we're good. Yeah. Y'all are special. Y'all are so special. I love y'all.
We'll figure it out.
Taste test. Mm. Okay. All right. A little salt. I don't think it's too spicy for y'all, but I'm sure y'all let me know. Oh yeah. Where's the coconut milk? Wash, come on, give me that coconut milk. Thank you. All right.
Thank you very much. That is good rice. You do need to mix rice.
All right. Add in, okay, so we're at the end here, y'all. So I'm going to just garnish with some fresh cilantro leaves. And then a squeeze of fresh lime or lemon juice, whatever you have, doesn't matter. And then our trip to India will be concluded. That is smelling really, 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 really good. All right, so let's squeeze this. Turn that down some. Where's my knife? You turn it down a little bit? Yes. Always brown, never white. Get more chew. Yep. Brown basmati rice. But you're supposed to be eating the rice with the... Y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. Let me do this last taste test. It's good. I'm just gonna hit it with a little bit of salt. And that's it. Ready to serve. Oh, you did? All the rice is gone? I made extra rice so there would be rice left over. Okay. All right, so we're gonna come around and serve the tikka, and you mix it with the rice and you eat it, okay? So this is a diabetes class. We have the 1 carb instead of 2, but you can typically either eat this with basmati rice or with naan or both. But since we're talking about diabetes, we're not going to do double carbs. Okay. Just do this last squeeze. All right, so we're at the top. The end of class is 5 o'clock. I am grateful for you all's attendance. I'm grateful for you all to be here. I hope you liked our trip to India today. Hope you saw that it's not terribly difficult to make, and there's a way to do it with all the love, and there's a way to pull back and do it on a weeknight. Okay. I'm grateful to you all, and thank you. Thank you all so much, and thank you, Chef Jumar, for the space. All right, y'all, so that's it. Check this out.